Welcome to Albion TV presents the AO Daily Show, your source for real news in an unreal world, keeping you up to date on the latest news, events, and the great community of Albion Online. The goal of the AO Daily Show is to take all of the info that is spread across the entirety of the Albion community, be it Twitter, Discord, Reddit, the official forums, or some random dude in-game. And we break it all down for you into a format that you can digest in less than an hour. Today is Wednesday, the 22nd of May, and I am your host, Shozen, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Bogul. How are you doing today, Bogul?
I'm doing very good. How are you?
I'm a little tired, but I'm super excited because we had so much drama yesterday. We had so much action. We had action from every which way the world could possibly imagine. Not only was Anglia on fire yesterday, well, the day before, with 23 GVGs. But yesterday, it continued to burn like a madman as it went down from 24 down to a crazy 23 GVGs. But not to be outdone was Glauhia with 19 GVGs. So I would say that, that low black is really on fire. People are trying to get those zones. They're like, ooh, my chance to enter this world, I'll take it. Is there any way that I can kick somebody else out? But I'm excited, Bogul. How are you? What's going on with you over there? What are you excited about today?
I am excited to talk about some of the dramas, as you said. I want to talk a little bit about some of the stories that have been going on, specifically in regards to the conquest that some of the guilds have been trying to pull off. And I'm sure we can talk about some of these. But before we start, I think I have a very brief note that I want to get out here. And then we can get into the meat of the show.
Sounds good. Let's hear it. What do we got?
I just wanted to let everybody know, in case you are listening to us on your favorite podcast situation, that the Oberon Patch 7 is now live. And you can download it, play it. We talked about all the stuff in there yesterday, so we're not going to do it today. And we're going to get right into the war report, the GVG rundown, the dramas, and the juicy stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of juice going on today, Bogul. It's been quite squeezed in the world of Albion. We saw, 3 home plot fights yesterday. We saw all sorts of interesting stuff. So it turns out when you start asking people for what's going on in the world of Albion, turns out some people will tell you. So let's talk about, do you want to start with drama, Bogul? Because we have quite a bit of it, and we have that GVG breakdown, but we have some drama because when I reached out, I was trying to find out what's going on with Ego. I don't know a lot about them, as I've mostly covered Mercia and Cumbria for the last, year or so. And so guys like Ironborn don't usually come over to Mercia. But now that I'm covering Anglia as well on a daily basis, I was like, hey, let's find out what's going on there. So I made some contacts there, and I was like, so what's been going on with you guys? How's things? What's going on? And they're like, well, it's not perfect. We've had some issues. Apparently, there's been a little bit of drama as recently, not super recently, but in the recent past, some unknown person in Ironborn stole 200 million worth of silver and energy from the guild under an alias called Mulcat Purse. And nobody could figure out who it was. So everyone became...
How do you get into leadership when nobody can figure out
who your alt is? Well, what happened? Everybody in leadership kind of suspected everybody else, and they couldn't figure out who it was. Like, there was this big, is it you? It's one of the leaders. I know it's one. It's you. It's you. No, it's you. And everybody was pointing fingers, getting around, just who could possibly be the who could be who's the culprit? Who's the one? Yeah. And after a few days after the theft, a large group of longtime Ironborn members stole another 300 million worth of materials because they felt slighted by Torthor, the leader of Ego.
Oh, that's drama.
Yeah,
Ouch.
so they lost like 500.
How do you get this information? Do you just have little birds coming to you?
Pretty much. Well, they don't come to me. Sometimes you have to reach out to the little birds and you have to go out and talk to them. So we have a little bit of I'm gonna have to address this right now in chat. Hey, guy who's really concerned that we're not showing the GVGs that occur right now, we're not going to show those. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to go show those 2 GVGs that are occurring right now. You can keep complaining, but it's not happening. The GVG show is today at 18 UTC, where we'll be showing the 18, the 19, and the 20 UTC GVGs. And then we will also be showing highlights that have already occurred. So, boom, not too bad. You will get your GVG shows on today. They just will not be happening at 8 in the morning. Sorry, that is the time for news and
for real
drama.
talk.
Yeah, this is a chat channel. This is a hangout, learn about what's going on. But let's see, what else has Torthor been doing? So they've been taking the conquest taking the war to EOS right now, and they're trying to take Thistlecorp because, well, EOS took Thistlecorp, and Torthor saw that as a serious act of war, even though EOS said, no, this isn't an act of war. We're just trying to take it. We're sorry. We'll back off, right? We'll head out of here. We'll leave you alone. That didn't happen. It was just a bunch of talk. It was not a, hey, we're just taking this one thing and getting out of here. It was the beginning of the war. And now it's straight up on. And EOS and Ego are going at it. So it's very interesting. With right now you got Ironborn in the west, and then you have in the east you have U12. Oh no, I'm sorry, I have that backwards. East is Ironborn, west is U12. So yeah, but it's getting interesting over there.
So that those 2 guys are starting up a war. Do you know how long this has been going on?
It has been going on since before the reset.
Oh, okay.
But they are really going at it now that reset has occurred. Like it's taken a whole new level since like reset occurred, because now they have new things to fight about. So phrasing is like getting into it a lot, and when you have somebody like phrasing trying to go up on you and like push things, it makes everybody get a little bit, you know, I don't know, what is the word for it, Bogul? What happens when everybody gets up in arms?
When everybody gets up in arms.
Yeah, and like just gets up.
Dance move?
Yeah, I guess it's like this is one of those things that's not going to translate well into German, huh? Up in arms. Up in arms is when you get mad and you want to like go against somebody in some way, either through like fighting or filing a nasty petition.
So Ego and EOS are dancing furiously right now.
Dancing furiously between these two as
all right.
Yeah.
Wow, this got very confusing very fast.
But you have on the east you have Ego and EOS fighting, and on the west you have like this thing with Articulo Mortis, because right in the center of like Anglia you have Articulo Mortis, and Articulo Mortis has told everybody basically, we'll leave you alone. We won't take your stuff if we can get to 3rd place. Basically, if you know people leave them alone, they'll be kindly and nice and let themselves go up on that arcing track towards 3rd place. Which, if anybody who was watching yesterday, you got to see the image that I showed with the lines of progress through the season. Yeah, it looks like Articulo Mortis is on that curve, but if they find that they're not getting there, everybody else is on notice. Like if you're looking at the map right now with me, you'll notice that Articulo Mortis isn't attacking anybody. They're kind of just saying, this section is ours. We've taken the swamp, and you guys can't have it. Just stay the heck out, and we'll leave you alone. But it went
very fast to them. I was looking at the map yesterday.
Well, that's just it. Ego and EOS cannot compete with Articulo Mortis very well on the GVG scene because they are so good. They are very, very good at GVGs. It's just the way that it is.
Interesting. So you're saying if we're looking at Anglia, we have the swamps as Articulo Mortis. Then if we go further west, that's looks like it's bridge lock territory.
Mm-hmm.
Then on the very far west, we have Infinite. And then you said further north is
That
Ironborn?
Ironborn in like you
they're
have you just have like straight egos up there. You have U12 Academy, which is over on the western side, and then you have Ironborn more on the east. And
Right, I see.
Yeah. And if you go all the way to the west, yes, you have Bridgelock over there in the Bridgelock group. What is the Bridgelock Alliance name? Does anybody have that off the top of their head? Actually, let me just go check that out. Now that I'm looking at the map,
Bridge? Aren't they in the thing? I don't remember.
Are they in
thought
EOS? No, they're not. They're in their own. They're in their own. What the frick? Jeez, Bridgelock, you're way down here. I can't find you, man, in the rankings. So we're gonna move on because I'm not gonna spend 20 minutes looking for a guild in the rankings here when they should. I thought they were much higher than that. You'd think they would be. Where the freak are they? I'm wondering if anybody watching right now is like, yeah, this seems like you're looking through a lot of guilds there without seeing any Bridgelock. How are Bridgelock doing this well on the world when this week?
They're new, right?
Yeah, they're not new. They're newer.
Okay.
So,
I mean, it's a new entity that is formed
yes,
recently.
Yes,
it doesn't have a lot of fame, and yeah. Okay.
But it did last. There we go. Rank 64 of last week. They're currently in the Bridgelock Initiative. Okay, that is a new alliance. I have not seen that. Yeah, Bridgelock Initiative. So that's who these guys are that are all sharing that Bridgelock. Yeah,
I read something on the forums. Isn't that something Sun came up with to somewhat unite the western areas there? I think that's something in that.
Well, I know that Bridgelock is I don't want to say an offshoot of Sun, but a Sun project, if you will. Like they went out and they helped these guys grow and they got them started and they got them involved in the black zones and stuff and brought them forward as like a new player guild, kind of like Easy was for Squad. And they eventually split off and did their own thing. And now I can see that they're doing the Bridgelock Initiative. I was not aware of that. That's pretty cool. Well done, guys. I hope that works out for you. You guys have quite a bit of territory over in Western Anglia. And yeah, look out for Ego. They might want some of that.
By the way, if we're saying something that's not quite right, feel free to correct us, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what the internet is about, right? Isn't that what the internet is for? I'm pretty sure the internet and being on the internet is for people who are not overly corrected in their own lives at home and need somebody to instantly correct them and tell them how incredibly wrong they are on a regularly reoccurring basis. So guys, if I'm not correct and you guys just let me be wrong, I'm gonna have a hard time with that. That's not why I'm on the internet. I don't
think that's how it works.
No,
I don't think that's no. But let's get back to the Ironborn. So to the Ironborn, do you think they're? Do you know anything? What's been happening more recently? Then, so they're having a tough time. They're trying to deal with finding their place in what looks like to be Anglia, but they are struggling with Articulo Mortis. And they have this newfound war going on.
Well,
is that what we know?
That's what right now. I know that it's like Ego and EOS like trying to fight each other. Phrasing and Vastly Superior have been going at Ironborn and the guys for a little bit now. It's really starting to hit off really in the war camps. Bogul, I just said war camps. What did you tell me earlier about war camps?
If you open the map and then you zoom into the map when you see click on it and then read what it says when you find one.
Click on a war camp. Oh God, why can't I see a war camp now? Now it's like, here I am. I'm looking at the map. I'm like, where's a war camp? Freaking war camps. That's a swamp. That's a war camp. There we go. Bogul, it doesn't say war camp. It says siege camp.
Yeah.
Guys.
So have we been calling this thing?
We've been calling it
war camp
forever? Forever. It's actually not a war camp. So internet, I get to correct you now. It's not a war camp. It's a siege camp. We gotta go get those siege camps, guys. Siege camps.
Maybe if we're all asking nice enough, SBI might just
SBI just change it to war camps. Also change invasion day to reset day to make gluttony happy. I think that'd be a good idea.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
All right. So yeah, over in the they're battling in parts of the world. They're battling against EOS, and in parts of the world they're battling against Arch, and parts of the world they're battling against Squad. So really, right now, I feel bad for these ego boys because they have been taking it on all sides, but they're doing a good job. They have, if you look at the map, they control most of northern Anglia right now. That's pretty good. That's a good chunk of change. And as long as they don't make too many enemies with Articulo Mortis, I think they're going to be okay. As I just don't see Oops or Squad coming through here and really doing too much work to them. And I think they can probably handle EOS until EOS really starts the next phase. When the next phase starts.
Did you see that? Elsa hops on here and says they're staying as siege camps. We recently had that discussion.
Oh, excellent.
Thank you. Thank you, Internet. Everybody shows up. Perfect.
The Internet is always here to just prove us right or wrong. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so on to the next.
We cleared that up once and for all. We can move on.
Absolutely. So we can move on to the Black Sun Syndicate. Yes. We were talking about them yesterday because we were talking about, oh, that's not a great image for everybody to look at, just a zoomed out image of the map. Smooth floor, is that what it is? Smooth floor. Well, there's two smooth floors. There's two zones named Smooth Floor. Smooth Bogul. Smooth floor.
Like Slippy floor?
Yeah, right up there with Dank Hag.
Yeah.
So if you... Up until yesterday, this was a Black Sun Syndicate territory, this smooth floor well. And somehow this went to overnight. I guess this was a situation where there was no defense, wasn't it? Wasn't this just a...
Actually, what I saw yesterday, I actually tried to contact the guys from Black Sun Syndicate. And these guys are one of these, the new... guilds who managed to get a plot in the Black Zones, and they have been shown the door, as you phrased it so nicely yesterday, when they lost 2 attacks, or I think even more, when So Salty was just encroaching on them and then just kicking them out. And Galvare was able to give me a quick comment, and he said, well, basically we didn't really expect to own a territory at the end of the night, but we had a very good night, and then it was a very cool thing while it lasted, but in the end we're all realists, and we had to give it away, something like this.
Yeah, well, I see, it's because I looked at it, and usually when a guild loses its third shield, it ends up the 3-day evacuation period where you've been evicted, and now you have this period where you can take your stuff and leave. They don't have that. It's, if you look at the map, Bogul, these guys,
that's interesting.
Yeah, they've already given it up to So Salty, so they must have chosen to give up the territory. Like, yes, we lost the fight, but here's the territory. You guys can just have it. Which, yeah,
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that's an interesting choice that they made. Maybe, I don't know. They must have really felt they didn't deserve to be in the Black Zones. Because, like, as you talked to them, it sounded like, we were just trying. We wanted to get out there, give it a chance.
I mean, to me, it sounded like they really had some fun. They were thrilled to compete, territory or not. He said the territory has been lost, rightfully so. Since they were not in a position to hold it for long. But now it's weird. Now that you pointed at it, your finger at it, I may have to go back and be like, hey, what? Yes, but that's one story that happened since we've been talking about people or people getting evicted. We also have a little bit of a story since we're trying to do this. We're trying to tell what's been advancing, what's been happening, who is fighting who, and so on. We can talk about the thing that happened that we mentioned yesterday. Do you
Which
want to
one?
go there now?
Which one?
With we're only talking with things about yesterday, huh?
Yeah.
No, the Oops and Deorum Mortis.
The Deorum Mortis. That was in. Let me see if I hop off here. I believe you were talking about
Green Twig Grove.
Green Twig Grove. Yes, that is. Yeah, I actually have a lot of information on that one because I had none. I had zero information on that.
Okay.
And so I had to start reaching out to find out what was going on because we saw these poor guys get beaten up on really bad by phrasing. Vastly Superior had been able to take a number of towers over here. They had started with Flinsdell, and then they were attacked by Greenwig Farm. They took over the farm. Then they attacked to Wren Grove, and they had 3 towers over here. And then they started sieging the home plot, but with phrasing. And phrasing is a accomplished guild. They know how to do their work. They're very good at what they do. And so they need these guys. When I watched them on their second shield, it was scary. It looked like it was like gatherers GVGing for the first time. I'm sorry, guys over there in Deorum Mortis, for saying that you look like gatherers GVGing for the first time. But when you're going up against a team like Phrasing, yeah, it looked rough. Sure, you guys got your one Camland Mace kill right off the bat, which was nice. I liked seeing the Camland Mace in a GVG. It was interesting. It was different. It was off meta. But then they got their ass kicked for another 10 minutes and they lost real bad. And I was like, oh my God. And that's why yesterday on the show, I was like, please, somebody come defend these fools. They need help. They deserve a home plot. And thank God. Because they're nice guys. Everybody deserves a home plot. They wanted one.
Okay.
You know, it turns out that these guys did have some friends. These are a previous Rent guild. You know, how CIR, Crimson Imperium Reborn, had created an alliance called Partnership of Equals. And for over a year, they ruled the world of Albion. And when I say they ruled the world of Albion, they took the king and made him a subject. Like they took King Derek, and he was basically a subject of Poe. He was under the alliance leader Syndic. He even began GVGing for them, and they had this one dude. Like they called him the meta. He was so good. They called him like he was the tank in Albion. Kargera had C through Z. Kargera, Dargera, Gargera, Fargera, Margera, Pargera, Targera, Vargera, and Zargera. And they all GVG'd just constantly, and nobody could beat these guys.
Wow.
Nobody could beat them in a GVG. It was just ridiculous. And during that time, when they had this huge power base, they realized that they couldn't really grow their alliance any higher than the 5,000 people that they had, 6,000 people that they had, encompassing every real major guild that wasn't willing to be destroyed by Kargera. They said, you know, it would be really cool if we just took a bunch of home plots in Anglia and then just started renting them out to people. And so they did. And they created an alliance called Rent. And Deorum Mortis was one of those guilds in Rent. And they were very active in Rent. They paid their bills. They paid their rent. They brought in people to pay rent.
So that's like a year ago, you're saying?
Yeah, I would say a year ago maybe it started, but it lasted for a very, very long time. Yes, Blue Army has taken over since then, but Kargera was only gone for about 4 months or so. And now he's back, and you can see it already. And Oops is starting, like, he's joined Oops now because he's re-GVGing with his friend Derek, who they created a relationship with over that long period of Poe when they just GVG'd every day together 6-7 times. But the relationship was with Poe, not Oops and Money Guild. It was with those Poe guys, really. And so when Deorum Mortis was at their final shield and they were reaching out for friends, they reached out to their buddies Lissy Tank, Sam Hexo, I think it was Bodeville, and some other guys decided to come over and defend this home plot. Now, I did not watch that fight. I thought it was just going to be a rollover fight. I had no idea that Oops was going to murk for these guys, so I didn't go and I didn't record it, and I feel bad now because I imagine that was one hell of a fight. Yeah.
So
they won,
wow.
And that's why Green Twig Grove still belongs to Deorum Mortis. Now, that's just awesome. Like that somebody like
it's good to have friends.
Yeah, like that's what we're talking about. Is sometimes even if they're on the other side of the world from you, a completely different game that they're playing. You know that Oops is over here in Mercia right now, and they are they're winning back territories on a daily basis. Yeah, this is my bias seeping in here because this is my territory. Grr, don't take my territory. Go ahead, take the territory. I don't care. Win a GVG or two. It's pretty cool. But right now, they were able to take their Clay Hill back yesterday. They were able to make a little bit more progress. And now, Southern Mercia, firmly in control of Oops. They're starting to work their way into more of Burrowdell and working their way up. And it's going to be an interesting thing to see. Ooh, this is the one, though. This is the one you look at, Bogul. Well of the World. That's the gem that they're going to go after today. Money Guild is going after Well of the World, and that's going to be a GVG to watch, guys. So if you're around in 8 hours, go ahead and check that out at 20 UTC. Hey, Bogul, you know what happens at 20 UTC? Well, I have a show going on during 20 UTC. Oh. Yeah, so you could watch it live right here on Twitch TV/Albion Online. Come back, watch it for free. Oh, they didn't do it for free. Okay, somebody says they didn't do it for free. Okay, what? I'm wondering if that's the Ironborn situation over there. Not Ironborn. Blah blah blah.
I think
Deorum Mortis
that
situation.
Must be related to the marking from Oops, no?
Yeah, I think that's probably what it is.
We don't know, but that's. I mean, you can pay your friends to help you out. You can be like, "Yo, I know you, and I know you're good, and I know you need money. You always need money. People always need money. So, I don't know. I pay for people sometimes.
Mercia's got a few GVGs that could be on the show today. 20 UTC, 21 UTC, and Craig Madade. Oh,
How long is the show? 2 hours?
3 hours.
We have enough time to cover up?
3 hours.
3 hours.
18, then you have 19, enough. And 20. And then maybe we might stay around for 21, just for a GVG if it's a good one. We do that sometimes. Cool. Sometimes we'll even bow out a little bit early so we can come back if there are extra GVGs to cover. Because the GVG show is all about, GVGs.
All right. I'm looking forward to this. I might be sleeping because it's on the other side of the world, but I probably watch it tomorrow then.
Well, so since we've been coming over here and we've been just talking about Oops, we could talk a little bit more about Mercia and how Squad and Oops and, geez, these guys from EOS have really been going at it in the open world. Because I don't know if you know this. Yeah. Squad really prefers to do its fighting and its season points in the open world. They prefer castles to like towers. And they have been meeting these guys every day in castles. And if you look over here at the Hill of Hollow Earth right now, this is ridiculous. Even Arch has a castle right now. Because apparently when it's castle time right now, for Squad, because everybody knows that Squad gets real busy, masses up for castles, and gets out there to go do work. Oops has been, I don't know how you say this, but like distracting Blue Army with fights, actually giving them content. And this has caused them to have to split their forces into multiple areas, which I think was the point of having things occur at the same time. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe it's an idea. Make things happen at the same time, so the large groups have to split into two.
Wait,
forces.
you're talking about Squad who is split and struggling?
Well, they were splitting so that they had to fight both EOS and Oops at the same time. And when they have to do that, that leaves openings, not only for EOS and Oops to secure things against a non-full squad team, but also for somebody else, apparently, as Arch was able to take advantage of the situation and take a castle themselves.
Do you think they knew?
I don't know. I think Arch knows all because there's just so many of them, and they're everywhere. I believe that some of them got kicked out of squad yesterday. I was doing castles yesterday. It was a fun little event, and we didn't get to do castles because we got distracted by ZVZs, and castles were over, and we're all standing around, and then you start hearing these rumors like, hey guys, something's going on. Some weird stuff is going on. You're hearing these rumors like, who are they? Wait, what did they say? What guild are they in? What guild were they in? All these weird things over in talk while you're all supposed to be on comms and quiet, right? And then King Mojo said...
the leadership is going like this?
Yeah, it's just having these weird chats and comms, right? And then King Mojo says, all right, everybody, get into a circle. And we all get into a circle, right? Like we're going to play some game of Duck, Duck, Goose. And then all of a sudden, one red guy shows up in the group. Oh! Squashed, smashed, dead. Turns out we had a spy. Mojo goes, everybody back in the circle. Team out, everybody back in the circle. We're all standing around in the circle.
Who's getting kicked next?
One more guy gets kicked. Boom, everybody slams him. And then we're all like, okay, it's time to go. We start getting out, and then Mojo's like, no, everybody back in the circle. Get off your mounts. And then the last guy, you know he had to be ready for it because he was sprinting before he was even kicked. Like, he got into the circle, he got off his mount, he was ready, you know, he's like, oh God, is it gonna be me? They just killed my two bus buddies. Ah! And then, boom, he's dead too. And they all stayed in comms too. This was the freaking hilarious part. They all stayed in comms, and we're all like chatting about it, giggling up a storm. Ha ha, we kicked out the spies, and one of them goes, I'm sorry. And we're like, what? Wait, what? He goes,
different guy.
No, it's the guy we just kicked. And he goes, I'm sorry for spying. And then we heard the saddest part about all of this. They were doing it for free. Yeah. They did it for free.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, you don't spy for free, guys. If you're spying, pro tip. If you're spying, ask for silver, because you're gonna get kicked and you can't get re-geared. Like, Blue Army wasn't gonna re-gear you. Sure, you were on a Blue Army event when you died. And yes, Blue Army generally re-gears people who die on Blue Army events. And yes, you did follow through and use the website properly to get re-geared. But you're not gonna get re-geared by Blue Army if they kick you out for spying. It's just not going to happen.
Oh, my God.
And so they got killed. They didn't get re-geared, and they did it for free. But they said they were sorry, and we were like, that is the most honest spy I've ever seen. We should invite them back into the guild.
No.
We'll pay you to spy. They wouldn't tell us who they spied for. They were really good. But yeah, it was hilarious. So we had a really good time. Wow. And one more little bit of piece on this because it was just also so funny. So all three guys who got kicked were Brazilian. They all joined at the same time. They all came from a Brazilian guild. And we've actually accepted a couple other Brazilians recently into the guild. And one of them was like, guys, I'm not a spy. Mojo, can I talk to you for a little while in a private chat? And Mojo's like, what's up, bro? What's up, buddy? What do you need? He goes, I don't want to get kicked. I don't want to get kicked. I like it here. He thought he was going to get kicked just for being Brazilian. We didn't kick those guys for being Brazilian. We kicked them for spying. And it was hilarious. And it was even more hilarious that it really created a true fear inside the guild that nobody else wanted to get kicked, because it was hilarious. It was absolutely a fun time. And he's okay now. He's cool. I believe that we took him out faming afterwards, and he was pretty good. So, yeah. Yeah. We had a really good time with that. That was yeah, I thought that you guys would like that. But
you got to play yesterday. That's nice.
Yeah, I did. I got to actually do a high level thing, not just dailies, which I've been doing for like 3 weeks now. I've been doing my dailies. I feel pretty good about it. And yeah, it was, I just wanted to give
something like this happens.
It was a blast. It was an absolute fun time, even though not a lot of action occurred. we still had drama, and drama is what makes the world go round. So speaking of drama, even more drama here. As you guys know, EOS is back, and they are fighting squad at the war camps, or siege camps, sorry, on a regular basis. And for a little while, it looked really, really bad for EOS. Like, they just stopped showing up. Like, at the end of the season, they were here all the time. They had shot callers leading calls and everything, and taking calls and giving calls, and just it was madness. EOS was there every day, and then it was like Duratine had to go away on like some involuntary vacation for some reason. It's just like he just left. It was like he wasn't there. I don't know what he was doing, but apparently now he's back. He's got he's communicating once again using the latest cellular technology to coordinate his GVGs, and he's calling the shots, and he's repairing what was broken in EOS, and it's good to see. It's really good to see that he can repair the comms here, and it's great to see that he's back and free and leading these ZVZs again, because Blue Army needs somebody who can challenge them in a ZVZ, and Duratine is one of those guys. He's a great shot caller. I
haven't heard him myself. I don't know.
Yeah. You haven't heard him yourself?
No.
Well,
I usually don't stick around places like EOS.
Yeah, I can understand that.
The more
how
to say carefully. Trolley groups.
Oh yes. I would say that anything that Duratine is part of has a lot of trolling going on, and Duratine has a very interesting reputation in the world of Albion. He's very respected as a shot caller, and that's it.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's the 3 minutes of fame.
Yeah. But thank you, Duratine, for coming back and getting your computer back out of holding.
These references. Some people are going to be like, Jesus, Shozen.
Yeah.
So close. Talking about people, though, we have about less than 10 minutes for the show.
Oh, this went by so fast.
That story was too interesting, but it's totally worthwhile. We have 2 more people to talk about that came up on Reddit last week that deserve a little bit of time as well. And I want to talk about the No Must Tea clip and the Jonah Vale thing that happened recently. The people who surf Reddit every day, they've seen this before. But have you seen them? Have you seen those? Have you?
Which ones? The Namaste clip?
Yeah.
Yes, I actually showed that. Did I show that? Maybe I didn't show that already. But here, let me go ahead. Do we have the clip of that?
The Reddit thing is in there, and then
I think Reddit does. No, that's the wrong one. Nope, that's the wrong one.
That's the wrong. The second one.
It's the second one.
Yes.
All right, let me see what we can do here, because Namaste is the African warlord, known for some interesting things, but he pulled off something that was just unbelievable. I'm gonna try to pull this up in just a second. Let's hit the. Sorry if this. Yeah, I'm hitting the button. I'm trying to get everything up and ready here.
Okay.
All right, let's hit the play button here. I've got his video up. Let's see what he does here.
So for the people at home, he's wearing a gear set. It's the Judicator helm. It's the spear.
Heron spear, yeah.
Heron spear.
The Keeper cape.
And, I can't see it.
So he comes in and he's riding on his armored mount, and he runs into a group of gankers and he says, "Don't attack me, you'll die." 5 of them jump him. He turns around, hits them with the spear after taking damage on his soldier armor to bump up his spear, stuns them, runs and hits the Judicator Helm, and then hunts them down. In the opening action, he knocks down 2 of them, hunts down another one, gets another kill, finds the guy with the claws, chases him around for what feels like an eternity before he eventually hunts this guy and takes him down. Taking down, I believe, 3 of the 7 dudes who attacked him at once. The guy's an absolute monster. Like, that's 7v1. He warns them. Don't attack me, bro. You'll die. and then he gets it. Yeah. Now, the best part about this clip is not this clip. It's the fact that it encouraged some other dude to try the same thing. He put on the same suit of armor. He got himself a full 8-3 set, and he goes, I'm going to go wreck me some gankers. It did not work. He's not Namaste. And he did not win.
I think I saw that too.
Yeah, that's also on Reddit, and that was also a really good time to just watch that. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. It was Namaste was 1v5. It's Jonah Vale, who I'm also going to show out here right now. Who pulls off the 1v7. And this one takes a little bit longer. I'm going to run this in the background while we talk about this. Because, geez, again, these guys and their massive, like, defenses are just awesome to watch. I love seeing somebody defend themselves against, outrageous odds.
I mean, he did a great job, like, utilizing the AoE escalation damage and the combination of his armor set and weapon to boost his damage, get the CC, stun them, and then clump them up and everything. But Jonah Vale does a very different thing. I think he starts off just running away, right?
Yeah, at first the guy is just running away. He's like, how can I get away? There's just a bunch of gankers, and if you watch his face, you can tell he's got a little bit of concern on there. You can just see his face popping up over the chat blocker right now, just a little bit. You can just see the concerned eyes of Jonah Vale, knowing I have a full group after me, and I've got good gear on. This is going to demount me. This is not good. I've got axes on me, and he's running for his life. He gets to the zone, gets the bubble. Still, there's quite a bit of concern on this guy's face. He's not happy. He's got his bloodletter, and he's done this before.
Trying to chase people.
Yeah, he's a PvP expert, you could say, right? We could call him a PvP expert, but he gets demounted. He runs to a dungeon and immediately runs past all the guards in the front of the dungeon, trying to get some NPCs between him and the 5 guys he knows are right behind him. Because his plan is to use the NPCs to knock down a few of these guys, maybe get 1 or 2 kills, even the odds a little bit, just make it so that they had to pay for it, because, make them pay for the kill of Jonah Vale. You're going to get a king of the Lady of the Lake. You better make it worth it.
Did you see his inventory? He for some reason he has a nature staff in his inventory, and he's just swapping to it.
He swaps to the nature staff, which is, if you're going to be in PvP with multiple guys against you, a nature staff is a perfect weapon to use because it allows you to keep yourself alive for a very long time until either help arrives, or in this case, what he's using is the ability to bop people into the NPCs and try to get the NPCs to do his work while he just heals himself, staying outside of the NPC's range. And he's got one of those big old bruisers, those veteran bosses from one of the random dungeons, slamming these 4 or 5 guys.
Too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very fast. He's got very big damage, and he's able to use both the boss and the 2 guards outside of the boss to do serious damage to the 5 guys he's got on him.
What I meant is that him or finding a boss so close to the entrance,
very lucky.
Is another super lucky thing.
Yeah, he got very lucky on this one, as he just ran forward what was, like, I would say 500 yards past 3 groups of NPCs, and then there was a boss right there with a purple chest. Not a bad deal. So immediately, almost immediately in the fight, he's able to down one of the guys. He can't get the kill because there's too many guys still fighting. He still has 2 guys, 3 guys on him. And with another bop, he's able to once again throw another one of them into the NPC, who then knocks down a second one. So 2 of the 4 are now down. Now, actually, right now, the third one just got down by the NPC. Now he's just got one guy left, just Queen of Pain and Lady of the Lake, as he's been able to down 3 of the 4 guys who followed him into the dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
Massive lols here. Now, he's worried because you can see one of them is about to get up.
Uh-huh.
But as he's doing that, he gets the Queen of Pain goes really low, and they go running into the back of the room to go hide. And then Jonah goes and gets his first execute. The first guy gets up. The first one who was knocked down gets up. And Jonah goes, you know what? It's time to do pain to this guy. So he goes into the back, finds the guy who was hiding, Queen of Pain, gets that execute. Oh, did that guy just suicide? Didn't even get the execute. But Hasek, who already has been downed 1v4, thinks, you know what, I will stick around for this. I've got a bow. I can get some of this loot. I can, wait for my buddy to get back up. I will try to take on Jonah Vale 1v1. Does it work, Bogul?
It doesn't look like it.
I don't think it does. If it did, do you think we'd be showing this here?
Okay.
No,
Sorry.
but then guess what happens? More of these fools from Take Care decide, you know what? EOS wins again. EOS wins again. And no, they get knocked into the NPC again. Oh
my god.
He died to a poison tick in the corner. Thank you. Didn't get to see what that was. So it was a poison tick, not the mob in the corner that got him. So yes, he instantly gets down one of them, then goes, you know what? You guys can run. I don't care. I'm going to go fully overloaded. I'm going to destroy these mounts. I'm going to take all this loot and go get this Bugdo Bilat. Come on, go kill Bugdo Bilat, and then we can end this one and watch you run out of here and laugh at these guys at the entrance. And Bugdo Bilat is dead. And this guy has more gear than he has any idea what to do with. He just killed 5 dudes.
Did he? I guess
he is the instrument of their destruction. He is
right,
what caused their death. Sure, the NPC did lots and lots of damage to him right there. But that's not what this was about. This was about him 1v7 soloing. And if you can see his face now, he's happy. He's not sad anymore. He's happy. Look at him. He's just happy. He's giggling up a storm. That's Jonah Vale laughing. All right. Jonah Vale gets out of here fine. He had a great time. He killed so many of them and did work. Do we have any more stories? I think we got one more story left.
I have a follow-up.
Okay.
Like a day later, he was streaming again, and then he actually ran into a group of EOS again, and then after some time, they just got him, and then they were in Slate chat, "Hey, stream that," and he's like, "Whatever. I already beat you 1v7 or whatever. This I don't even care anymore."
That's the way to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
Man. So there was one more thing that we saw. I'm not going to actually show the image of it. I'm just going to tell the quick story because I liked this. What was the guy's name? Azar?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
The guy who made profit. The easiest way to make profit in this game.
No, yeah, that's that thing, sure. So there was a thing on Reddit that I think I just want to say because I think it's important, because sometimes people get too bogged down on trying to min-max their stuff, trying to be optimal and following all the guides and being the best and just dropping a little bit of the flexibility that you can have and part of the fun that you can have when you're playing this game. And so Pharaoh SC comes along and says, just do whatever interests you and figure out how to make that part of the game profitable. So don't worry too much about silver. Try to worry about fun. Try to figure out what is fun for you, because there's money to be made in every part of the game, right? That's what he says. And I just wanted to leave that here as a general note, because I totally subscribe to that idea. I mean, I'm doing laborers. This is super niche and almost nobody else does it, but I can pay premium. I'm having fun. And then of course there's this one guy at the thread, of course, who goes, step 1, get naked. Step 2, type dance. Step 3, spam, give me a small loan of 1,000,000 silver, step for profit. So I guess that counts too.
But let's be clear, Bogul. You may say you do what's fun for you, but your laborers are the ultimate min-max process, isn't it? Don't you know exactly how much it takes for you to make your labor profitable per focus?
Sure.
Don't you know the exact calculation?
Well, we can talk about this some other day.
Okay, well, we will go and I would like to show you guys at one point. We will do a market research episode in the near future, and I will show you Bogul's labor farm. It is a thing of beauty. You think 4 guild islands is a lot? Oh my god. Bogul, how many laborers do you have off the top of your head?
So one maxed out private island has 33. One maxed out guild island has 53. No, 63. I have about, well, they're not maxed out, but like 20-ish private plus like 20-ish guild. So that's a few.
That's just a couple. Just a couple, guys. Yeah. He only has a couple. And he's got like a labor force of players who just put books to laborers. How many books do you have ready to go? You said you have like 60,000 full journals?
Maybe a little less.
Jesus.
But those everybody makes good money. Like the people are very happy. Like,
yeah, I imagine they
are. And I have people waiting in line wanting to do the job. So
yeah, I heard what you pay these people. I want to get in line to get this money. This sounds like good money. So I think we're pretty much done, but I want to do something before we get out of here, because yesterday we took questions, sort of. I took a question. I said, I will give the best question a prize, and I did that. But I didn't answer any of the questions leading up to it. Hey, Robin Hood, if you can send me a link to that, please do, and I will show it before we get out of here. The problem with the public beheading was that I recorded it, and I recorded it in a poor resolution. Hello, Discord. Okay, it's on Discord. Thank you. I'm going to go look now. Thank you. Uh-oh, Duratine's messaging me.
Questions. You were talking about questions. What questions? Do you want to give away stuff, or do you want to encourage questions, or what are you?
Oh, Order 66. I got it. Okay. So, Bogul, tell them about the questions while I set up Order 66.
Okay. So, as you may know, we are trying to do a interactive thing at the end of our regular show, where we either look at Twitch chat or where we look at comments or questions on the forum thread or in any other place where you can reach us. You can also just send us questions or interesting info and ask something. Ask something that you think is interesting, that we could answer for you, that you don't know the answer to, that you're just curious about. Any things that we could put on the show. And we might be able to figure out some sort of little thank you for that in the future. I'm not exactly sure what Shozen has planned, because he's
what I would like to do,
master of coin.
Yeah, I am a master of coin. Not a master like you are, because oh my god, the amount of money you make a day is ridiculous, and he won't even pay my premium.
What?
So
you got the good GM. No, connections.
I've got the good connections. But what we want you to do is submit some questions overnight, if you can, or during the next show from the beginning of the show. Just start submitting them and sending them to us. In probably Discord is the best, because then we can collect them. Bogul's probably better to send your questions to, because he'll read them. And at the end of the show, we'll pick a few questions to answer every show, and we will answer them. And then the best question from every show is going to get a gold code. Every show, starting tomorrow, because I don't have time to do that today. But today, what we do have queued up is the execution of Order 66. So let's watch this. All right. So we're all hanging out here. We're doing our mage rating, and King Mojo says, and I would play comms, but I haven't listened to this yet, and I was there, and I know that at times there are words said that we can't play, and I would call out the screwball who did it, but I won't, because I don't want to call him out. But right now we're being told to get into a circle, get off your mounts, Willie, get off your mounts. Mounts. Remove mounts. Okay, Pizza Dad. We're not allowed to say words like that. Duck, duck, goose, guys. Duck, duck, goose. It's time for duck, duck, goose. And we found the goose. Boom.
So you're showing a video of what we were describing earlier with your event in Oops during. Okay, that's something for the live viewers, guys.
Yeah. So for the guys who are watching, they're getting something good. For the guys who are listening, we're just showing the Duck Duck Goose game Order 66 when Blue Army decided to get rid of Spies, which we were talking about earlier. We were able to get the video, and now Bito is dead. He's running, but he's not gonna make it. Yeah.
How everybody collapsed on that dude. Oh my god.
It's like they've done this before. It's like they've done this before, guys. I don't know if you know this, but they've done this before. I think maybe we got one more execution coming up. One more execution here. Makes me feel like Darth Vader. Oh my gosh, guys, get in the circle. Get in the circle. I wish this. I don't know if I can. Nah, we're not showing that. Oh gosh, why? Who's showing me these videos? Make sure these things are safe before you send them to me, guys. I don't need Discord shots. I don't know what's on there. I took your word for this. Don't get me in trouble. All right. So this was the guy who he had his boots ready. He was already ready to go. He was like, I know what's happening. I know what's happening. And one more, I guess. We had one more. 4 guys kicked and destroyed. Yeah, P Fanner 92, they were definitely spies. After it, they even apologized for spying. So I don't think they just weren't being sycophantic like you're trying to suggest. No, they were just simply spies. And Blue Army has a lot of spies because when you're at the top, people want to know what you're doing and take you down. So they're spies. And yes, we would probably kick people who weren't sycophants. That's what Blue Army is, right? We're all a bunch of Mojo sycophants, right? We all just blindly listen to what he says. Or so you think. All right, guys, on that, thank you guys for showing up. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Now, if you could like us, follow us, maybe hit the like on SoundCloud so that we can just be like, yeah, we got the SoundCloud likes. Share us with your friends. Tell your mom to watch the show because she does what you say. She gives you that credit card. Use it for the swipe. Use it for the like. Do what you got to do. You can follow us on Twitter at the official Albion Online Twitter. You can find us on Twitter with Shozen 1. Shozen 1, I think is what my Twitter is. You can even find me on Instagram. I have an Instagram that I barely use, and it shows me like doing weird, normal IRL stuff. You could find that. Bogul, do you have any of these social media things that people should follow you on?
No.
Yeah, Bogul
I just
does
want
not
people
have...
to like. I just want to farm likes. Everybody like my thread on the forums and post your questions there.
Go to the forum.
So if you want to make the video and media forum on the official Albion forums.
Do you have a link for that?
As the Albion AOD TV Daily Show thread, and there you can leave your comments, questions for the show tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good place for us to pick stuff. Also, you can like me there.
Yeah, he likes the likes. He's really trying to get his ratio higher than mine. So if you like his, go find 3 of my posts and like them too. It'll make it worth it. Trust me. In the end, it'll make it worth it. If you like 3 of my posts, 1 of his, trust me, it'll be worth it. Also, what else do we have? Oh, so later today, 18 UTC, you will have the GVG show where I already told you guys we're going to have 3 live GVGs at least today at 18, 19, and 20 UTC. We might even stick around for the 21 UTC fight because I believe that one's going to be a banger. As what is it? It was Heart of the Forest, was it? Or Well of the World. It's one of the big 4 over in Mercia. I'm going to have to go check that out. We're going to watch that one, or I'm going to record it. One of the things is going to happen. You're going to like it. It'll happen. Then tomorrow, again at 12 UTC, we will be back. Friday, 12 UTC, we will be back for Effin' Chat Friday, where we will be showing massive deaths, massive losses. And if you have a massive loss that you want to show, go ahead, send it in for Friday. We want it.
Did you really just do that? Did you really just announce F in chat Friday?
Yeah, I did. I did just announce that. We've been talking about this one for a little while. We've been like, yeah, this will be fun, but it'll be more fun if you guys know it's coming and can, send us some good deaths, as we've already got 2 from the week. We're looking forward to more. All right. On that note, I think we're out of here. It's 9:00 in my region. I need to go do some other work. Bogul, anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Banana. Good night, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Good bananas. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you guys in a few hours, or I will, and we will see you tomorrow, hopefully. Peace.
Bye.